For this next portion, I'm going to talk about a Google Classroom question. That is a bit different than doing an assignment. So let me show you what I mean. If I click on classwork, you'll see I have an assignment completed there. It's grayed out. You'll also see one here that has a question mark. And a question is very different. You can answer it a couple of different ways, but I'm going to click on View Question so I can see it in its full view. Now, be very careful. You can see the question here, and you can see that there's a spot here that says class comments, and there's a spot over here that says private comments, but you need to look for the spot that says your answer. The idea of a question for students is that the student can answer directly in Google Classroom and not need a separate attachment. Sometimes it's a fill in the blank like this, and sometimes it's multiple choice where they can select from a list. And so now I'm going to go ahead and answer the question. When the student is finished, they can push the Turn In button. Now, the teacher has some different controls on Google Classroom questions. They can actually make it that the student can change their answer, but in this case, it's turned off. Now, this can also be a discussion forum depending on how the teacher has it set up. So, if the teacher has made it that students can see each other's answers and reply, then they have the capability of clicking right here. So that way they can see the rest of their classmates and they can reply directly to their classmates. Just keep in mind that you need to make sure that your answers are appropriate, incomplete sentences, and also conducive to the whole class environment. If I click here, I can go back to my answer. If I have specific questions to the teacher, I can place those in a private comment. The teacher will be able to receive that and also reply back to you. Be careful to understand that class comments are not the same as your answer. Class comments are a little different in the sense that it is asking questions that may pertain to the whole class, that the whole class may need to know in order to clarify some information here on this question. For the most part, you'll want to ask your questions over here in the private comments.